And here we go. Where are you going? Okay, I guess you're gonna go right. There we go. Hello, hello, other person on a motorcycle. Nothing too crazy, but it's definitely a nice little way to unwind, have some fun on the weekend, you know. It's a fun new little hobby, definitely. Oh shit, there's the cops. Hi cops, please, for the love of God, don't pull me over. I'm not doing anything illegal, I swear to you. Yo, the place over off the right there has got some of the best sushi I've seen around here in a hot minute. They have this thing called like a volcano roll. It's like fried and it's got pretty much everything I can think of as far as seafood in it, like crab and shrimp and a whole bunch of shit. Oh my God. So we just came from Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, I tried these chicken wings that I thought were gonna kill me. Now my friend got some. And she's kind of like, you know, a chili head a little bit. She likes spicy things. She grew up in Texas and all that stuff, so that's her deal. That's cool. My little ass, I grew up in Cali. I was thinking, yeah, I'll man up and try these things. I was more or less curious. It really wasn't so much of a competition. I was just really curious to see how bad they were. And before I even got one of them in my mouth, well, let me back up real fast. They were actually, what were they? They're oh man, habanero something, whatever. Anyway, I accidentally brushed my my hand up on one of them before I even started eating anything. I licked it off my hand, my lips basically went numb. You know, it's kind of weird. You ever have one of those conversations with yourself, just like alone at home or something, and you had someone walk in and they're like, do you need help? But like, I kind of feel like I'm doing that right now. A cruiser, let's try it anyway. Nope. What the hell? The passenger gave us a wave. That was kind of interesting. I think more than anything, if I could use this video for something, it might be to like try to put my mom, if anybody, at ease. So I just got a sport bike, right? The little Ninja 300. I really was debating on getting like a CBR 500R, a Honda, or looking into maybe trying to get a 600 or something. But I mean, ultimately I kind of came down to the, you know, bottom line 300 as my starter bike. Just for financial reasons and other things, I just kind of decided the 300 might be a better option to start with. But yeah, like, my mom is pretty much terrified of me being on this thing. And I mean, I can kind of understand her point of view, because, I mean, I'm definitely not from the state of Georgia. I am from California, and it's super, super dangerous to ride a bike in California. Like, it is the only state where lane splitting and filtering is basically legal completely. Like, I've got memories as a kid riding on the back of my dad's bike, his BMW. Oh man, he used to go up, fly between cars, and go right up to the front of the line. Like, I was a little kid on the back of it, about 5, 6 or something. I felt so special, especially because like the 300, it's kind of designed to look like it's bigger, you know, brothers or cousins or whatever. It's kind of got the fairings and the little racy look and stuff. And I mean, if you really didn't know too much about motorcycles, which I'm just getting into them, but even still, like, if you have never seen one of these before, yeah, you'd probably think it was a much, much more powerful little bike than it actually is, just by the look of it. I think for now, I'm really actually pretty content with the 300 as a starter bike. But for right now, while I'm still learning a lot of the basics on the road and good stuff like that, it's a real great bike. It's very forgiving if you slip up with the gears or something, don't shift right. It's got the awesome little slipper clutch. It kind of puts you back on track. Hello, person. How are you? What's up, homie? In all honesty, I really feel like this is a good bike for my experience level and probably my maturity. I mean, when it all comes down to it, I mean, I'm 24. I still like to have a little bit of fun. I like to push it, and I feel like if I got something super big right off the bat, I'd probably like push the limits of that bike. So, but I mean, as I ride the 300 more and more, I'm getting more used to the way that this thing handles. I'm starting to appreciate it more, and I'm starting to respect the power that it even has. Even being a 296cc, just little, you know, mini sport bike. Like, I'm still starting to really respect it for what it is. You know, don't take it for granted that this thing can't hurt you. You know, that's a small little thing that I say to myself every time I hop on this guy. Like, I just hope and pray that I make all the right decisions and that, you know, everybody else around me is paying attention. One of these, my dad pretty much told me right off the bat, like, yeah, just don't even bother getting a 300 because you're gonna get bored with it. And like on week number 2, when I was first putting around on it, I was like, yeah, I'm beyond this. But I took the bike out with a buddy that's got an R6, and this dude, oh, I didn't realize what motorcycles were really capable of on the open road, at least me being the one operating it, until I got on the highway with this guy. Like, that R6 blew my ass out of the water ridiculously. But hey man, what's going on? No wave? Alright, that's cool. Kind of last minute anyway. There's a real big difference between what women riders prefer as far as, like, they like to be out in the open or like to be in the city, and then what male riders like. So what she was coming up with, and I don't disagree with this, I think it's kind of a valid thing, I just thought it was interesting. Male riders, from what she's found out, like to ride more on the back open roads, kind of like this. And female riders apparently tend to like riding more in the city with things to see. It's a little bit slower, but yeah, there's a little bit more going on. So it's like, guys kind of like the open highway, and in all honesty, it's probably like the testosterone macho bullshit where we see that the speed limit's 65 and like sometimes take it as a suggestion. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm definitely saying that, you know, it happens. I just prefer to be out on the open highway, me, the bike, the road, try to lean into a turn. Hey, South Carolina, what? Hi, guy on bike, I'm not gonna give you a wave. Oh, what up, brother? Hey, man. I think I know that guy. Hello, hello, hi, corner. I'm happy to see you. Get into this a little bit. It's like she's starting to pick it up a little bit. I'll give you the wave, man, whatever. I'm those spider things. Yep, there we go. Speed limit, 10 miles an hour. It's not exactly 10 right now. Anyway, though, kind of wraps this up. Let's say hi. Alright, so this is my Kawasaki Ninja 300. It is pretty much still all stock. It just did a little 25-mile cruise down here to a gorgeous lake. It's awesome. But anyway, this is my first street bike. This is a 2014 edition. Special edition as well, actually. So I really didn't get the whole idea behind the special edition when I first got this thing. It seems to be just the additional little, you know, stickers, whatever, all that good stuff. But it does have ABS on it, which is really nice. So some of the things I really like about this motorcycle, I would say pretty much anybody on their first bike is probably gonna, you know, make mistakes or whatever, even experienced riders, that happen sometimes. So the fact that it has ABS, the fact that it has a slipper clutch, you know, I know it came up a little hot on a red light one time and the ABS kicked in and really probably saved my ass. The slipper clutch is great. I know I got a whole bunch of bugs and things on it from today. But, yeah, so I mean, slipper clutch is great if you have any issues with shifting or, you know, it happens sometimes, you know. So it definitely likes to take it and it'll make it, you know, it'll correct it if you don't do the right thing. I haven't had any issues with that, but I've heard of other people that have this bike that, you know, one thing has happened or whatever, so that's a really nice little feature of this guy. Let's see. More than anything, I think it's really, really light. It's compared to most other sport bikes, this guy is like super, super light. Besides a, a 250 or something smaller, like a, I really can't think of anything else really. But it's really easy to flick around. It's really, really light, really versatile. It's great in traffic, especially as someone that's not really used to leaning into a corner on a bike yet. It naturally likes to do it. So that's really awesome. Those are some of the pluses that I have about this bike. Also, compared to some of the other models, I know my friend's got the CB300F back there, and it doesn't have a windshield on this guy, at least on hers. I am absolutely in love with my windshield. Really, really like it. I don't know if I could ever go back to having a bike without a windshield at this point. So that's kind of another small plus about this thing. Plus the fairings, it looks like it's, it looks like its older brothers, like a 636 or something bigger. It definitely does if you don't know. So that's kind of nice too as well. On the freeway or something, sometimes you kind of want a little bit more power or something. You want to pass another vehicle, or sometimes you just want to open it up on the road, and eventually it'll push back a little bit. I'd say the bike, I don't even want to say what it tops out at. Most people know it's about 110. I'd say about 107 or 108 for this specific bike. But anyway, sometimes I want a little bit more torque, a little bit more pickup. In certain situations, it would be nice. It'd make me feel a little safer on the road. Again, just as much as it's a pro, I would say that the bike is light. Definitely blows the bike around a little bit, so you're going to feel that. That's where that windshield really comes into play. It helps a lot. So that's really a nice thing. Another small con about it, the mirrors are a little bit hard to get used to. When I first got it, they were kind of useless until I really got accustomed to them, but it's a little hard to see out of them sometimes, so it's not a big issue, but it's a small little thing. Okay, one of the pluses that I missed on this guy is that it's really easy to read the tachometer or the speedometer, all that stuff. It's nice and digitalized. It's super easy to glance down and see what you're doing and all that stuff, so I like that a lot. Other than that, I think it's a pretty standard beginner bike for the most part. I look forward to upgrading eventually, but for now, I'm having fun riding this. I'm always open to different things, and I kind of want to hear whatever other people say about this bike. What your experience might have been so far, whether it be good, great, bad or ugly. I personally think it's a great starter bike, but yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the little tour of my motorcycle.